Ran some 2 quarts, ran some butt packs, more suspenders, covert bags, more 2 quarts out here all over the place, more suspenders still in motion, dirty money pouches, butt packs. Not sure what these are. Key wraps probably. 2 quarts, OD black large clothes bags. We have this is a video we were doing today, working on the 40 mic on 2 quart. Got some adjustments to make to the lid with that. Bunch of stuff shipped out. Anybody get shipping information today? Anybody get shipping information this week? Anybody receive packages this week? See what is up here. I'm guessing we put zippered knife pouches on the email. Looks like we have some Coyote Fupas, more butt packs. There's some Rally Mans there. Red vehicle med bags. Highlander Cali bags. We've got some different split front chest rigs, lever gun chest rigs, stacked micro rigs, mod frogs. A lot of those sold. There's a bunch of those shipped out. We boxed this morning. Fupas. We have all kinds of different Fupas, XLs, and Danglers. We are piling up on the medium clothes bags. These are a little more organized so you can kind of see what's here better on the smalls. Toiletry bags, tool pods. There's a few tool bags up there. Padded night vision cases, padded hearing vision, hearing protection cases, Peltor wraps, small utilities, checkbooks, key fobs, lots of little stuff. Bulking up on the mesh pockets. Anything you want to see that we have not shown you in a while. Put up good shelves to try and organize the cart. What are you going with, man? Joseph Frazier, what's up? Jennifer, what's going on? JG, difference between stacked micro and standard. Oh, there's a ton of differences. The footprint of the stacked micro is smaller. There are no lids. It's bungees, open top mag pouches with bungees and Velcro liners. So you can use a Velcro dot retention. You put an adhesive dot on your mag of Velcro, only on one side, 1 inch. Otherwise, it's too much retention. It's all gunfighter. 4 mags, medical. Whereas the other one is 2 mags, 2 mags, 4 mags. This will also hold 4 more mags, so you can have 8 M4s here. This will do 2 AKs also, but you're not really putting AKs here. This will hold 2 full-size smokes, a lot of medical, a couple ham sandwiches, 3 bottles of water. So it's got utility aspect to it where these aren't. I can put a pair of shears in here, some water, a small pair of binos, whatever, go out on the property and do some work and have some tools and type stuff, where this is just straight gunfighter. All of these have Velcro on the back, so you could add a Fupa Dangler. Angie, what's up? Sam's Club heavy duty metal shelves, right on. Right on. We went with the Costco stuff. We have some Sam's Club. I like the Costco ones much better. They had more bracing that came with them. I like the finish on them better. I do have a bunch of the Sam's Club also. These are the Costco, made by Wellen or Whalen. These are Costco. Whereas these ones over here are the Sam's Club. We didn't even use them all like with the bracing and stuff in them. We just used them for cages to hold material. And then the wire racking, it doesn't matter where you get them. They're the same. The only thing to check on the wire racking is sometimes they have small wheels, sometimes they have big wheels. So if you put them side by side, the tops don't line up. But they all come with 6 shelves, and they come with the plastic liners, and all the parts are interchangeable from Costco to Sam's. Also Lowe's, but the Lowe's ones cost more, come with 1 less shelf, and you have to buy the casters extra. Same with Uline, same parts. Ohio, teaching a class, nice. Ronald Most, what's up? Can you show us a cups Dangler on a 308 micro? No, I mean, you know what it looks like, man. It looks like it does on everything else. 308 micro looks identical to the AKM4 micro. I don't know if I have one. You should have got one because I had one the other day. Here's one. You have some choice here. We can mount this all the way right up under there, or you can let it ride down a little bit and still have plenty of contact and purchase. So it goes like that. You're going to take these buckles off, or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't care. But it hangs just like that, right? So we can get this lower if you want. So if you wanted some more groin, and you can get the whole rig lower also. If you want groin protection, you know, Premier Body Armor makes a full armor insert for this, as do they for this also. Premier Body Armor, if you use code SOE, you get 10% off your order. And they make 4 specific items perfectly cut and designed for the cop rig, the micro rig, and the FUPA Dangler. And I believe the FUPA XL also. Keto drawing it out, but I think I found online, like I'm thinking I might just get it and go. I don't know what we're talking about there. Kiri, what's up? How are you? Another sauce, nice. Cad Pat, no, I might have a little bit of scrap. You guys should not be making your own holsters. You are asking for all kinds of fucking trouble. Buy a fucking proper holster. Whoever's having that conversation. I mean, it's not like you're not around fucking 4,000 people that have tried every holster out there. Why don't you ask Amanda? She's got like a 30 fucking gallon drum full of holsters that people have sent. Just got 10 yards, 500. People of War pattern. What is that? What does that mean? What is the People of War? We're buying, not making. Got it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Eclipse holster. Splatter Slim H harness to go with the micro. Splatter Slim H harness. Yeah, send me an email. Uncle Mike. Man, there's so many fucking holsters out there. You know what happens every time somebody has this conversation? They buy a fucking holster, and then they end up buying another holster, and then they finally buy the fucking holster that all the people told them to buy. Oh, Poppies of War. Where'd you get that from? Who's the point of contact for that? Dean Conrad, what's up? Buying Kydex, but wanting the strapping to be custom. The strap, what strapping? How are you carrying it? Not appendix? Is it a shoulder holster? What's the strapping? Aut Gear. Audi Gear sells the material? I didn't know that. Dean, what's up? Do not buy a good leather holster. That stays. Do not buy a fucking good leather holster. That is not what these ladies need. They need that about like they need a revolver. If you're a fucking old dude, or your department requires you, and I know Mitch Rosin, like the best fucking holster maker in the world that does leather holsters. Know him personally, Mitch Rosin. At the end of the day, as long as you'll wear it, stays on you. Yep. I wouldn't buy NSR anymore, guys. When Dave ran NSR, awesome. The guys at NSR. You know, we got friends in the industry, dudes that you know, guys that you've seen in my video, ordered the holsters, and the holsters didn't fucking work when they got them. They literally had to crack the holster to get the gun out. They're not what they used to be since the other dude took over. I like Christian. Christian's not building his holsters. Christian's holsters, let's just say it. Christian's holsters aren't what they used to be either. Christian's not running the company. We gave a big deal to them when the holster came out, when they put the gun in the holster, it rattled around. It was not what it used to be. I don't even know anybody at T-Rex. T-Rex is going to give you a good holster. Eclipse is going to deliver you a fucking perfect product every time. You're going to have it in a couple days. Never met them. Don't get any kind of fucking promotion. Don't get any love. We don't get anything special from them. Nothing whatsoever. No affiliate code, nothing. And I'm telling you, that's where you should go. We're burning some bridges. Let's go. You want to ask anything? Ask anything. I'll give you all the fucking inside information tonight. Had a customer buy an Uncle Mike's shoulder holster that I told him not to buy, and his gun fell out into the lake. I have some Audi gear. Is it Audi or Ott? I have some Ott gear jackets. Very nice. Angie, then you didn't talk to Amanda because Amanda has Eclipse. She's got a bunch of Eclipse. We tell everybody to get Eclipse. Like that's the first words out of Amanda's mouth is Eclipse. Red Hill Invetter. Never even heard of Red Hill. Yeah, if it's a $30 holster, you don't fucking want it, that's for sure. But none of those holsters they mentioned are $30 holsters. Enigma is that whole system, right? It's got fucking like panty laces and shoestrings and all kinds of crazy shit. I know guys like them. It's a lot of shit there, though. Leather holsters should be used on single action. Guys, if you're a grown fucking man and you want a leather holster, man, more power to you. Get a leather holster. I'm telling you, there's nobody that my life depends on or that I'm going to leave the life of my family dependent on that's wearing a leather holster. Jaeger occasionally wore a shoulder holster. Lewis has that exact shoulder holster Jaeger gave to him. Pretty fucking badass. Those were the, what's the company that Jaeger was tight with? We all know them. Huge company. Galco. We know dudes over at Galco. That was the Miami Vice holster. Super cool. Your buddy's wife likes the Enigma. Right on. Eclipse is legit. They have a webbing harness system that will attach any Kydex that has 3 attachment points. Yeah, that was Galco. Yep. We had stopped carrying NSR after having to break a couple local cops out. They would lack and get stuck. Yeah, it's you just have somebody running the company that I mean the whole thing could be worked out now. They had a chick over there that was fucking just nasty, and the dude running the company lives in Mike's or in Dave's shed behind there. And their interest is not in making holsters, guys. Their interest is in other stuff that is not my thing. Super Black Hawk GP 100 and Wrangler and leather holsters. Miami Vice music, yep. Tolster. I don't know who Tolster is, no idea. I name dropped SOE and Clip, give me a code. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I had no idea that was happening. We have sent a fuck people to Eclipse. We've asked them to participate in events. Didn't get anywhere with that. I don't think we've asked. I think maybe Amanda asked about affiliate code for the podcast. We never got anywhere with it. Never pushed it. But we tell people all the time, like, when you want a holster where you're not going to get a fuck you, like, it's not like doing business with this company, right? We're going to send your shit when we can send your shit. When you order from Eclipse, they're going to send your shit in a few days. Justin, welcome, man. Filster, got it, Filster. Very happy, cool. I would not recommend that, and whatever that fucking thing is, to people, you know, whatever. You're an advanced shooter, you've been to a lot of classes, that's fine. I would not take a lady who is buying her first holster and tell her to buy one of those. Your NSR holster broke? I didn't know that, Chuck. And look, nobody's saying this. Nobody's saying these words because, you know, James was tight with them. You know, James was good with Green Force. James was good with NSR. It's not what it used to be. The people that were running it are no longer running it. It is not the same stuff. They have the same materials. They have the capability of making it, but they are not making it. What they're doing, I don't know. New to me truck. What'd you get, Dean? Good for you. Henry holsters. Yeah, I've heard Henry many times. Who is the plate carrier you recommend? Get the one you need, Glenn. Oh, Glenn. Get the one you need, man. Get the one that does what you want it to do. I'd get something in 500. London Bridge makes some awesome shit. London Bridge is cool. You have a lot of options out there. JW Custom Kite. Never heard of them. Not recommending them. Subloads. You guys like subloads? Man, everybody used to have subloads. What a treat twice in a day. David, welcome, man. We do a live every night at 9 o'clock. For people that aren't aware, we did a live earlier, multi-stream to multiple platforms. We gave away, Amanda and I gave away a modular NSW chest rig and multicam. We recorded Pulling the Thread podcast. We recorded Patreon, John and Scully. And then Amanda and I recorded some John and Amanda question and answer. And then Amanda and I did a short live. 2 subloads, right on. Any plans this weekend? I do, Chase. I'll tell you when we're done with it. Or you can message me and I'll tell you what we're doing. Who on here has use for 40 mic pouches? Most people, a lot of people listening probably don't know what that is. That is a 40 millimeter grenade explosive. So most people won't have that. They also don't even have the grenade launcher. Does not work with 37 millimeter stuff, although the pouches will fit, but there's very little out there for 30. There's some unique rounds for 37, but most dudes don't have a use for it. Who makes the plates that fit in a few of your... I'm sorry. Premier Body Armor, man, makes the plates that fit inside of our rigs. Wish I had a use for them. Golden eggs. Yep. They call them gold. So what he's talking about is HEDP, high explosive dual purpose. They're gold on top. These pouches will fit illumination rounds or HEDP. So there's enough adjustment in them. It's the same pouch that I've made for 30 years probably. Canteens or Camelback? Both. You'll hear a lot of people that will tell you no Camelbacks. I like a Camelback for convenience. I like a Camelback just out on the property. Love a Camelback mountain bike and like it in my backpack and my ruck and such. These are set up where you can put a Camelback on here and then you just unclip it and put it on the side of a ruck or in a backpack or such. But this also has canteens, right? You could lose the canteens depending what you're doing and have 6 more columns of PALs. That's a lot more mags or utility pockets. You could also use those pockets for magazines. These 1-quart pouches will hold 4 M4 mags. They'll also hold the 60-round Surefire mags, the drums. Chase, you have the plates? Nice. Tim Riley, what's up, man? Thanks for everything you do. Can you talk a little bit about the 2-quart can carry mag? Yeah. About the 2-quart, if the 2-quart can carry mags, is that what you're asking? Yeah, they did it all through Vietnam and stuff. Or maybe, I think they had 2 quarts in Vietnam. I thought I heard that today, as a matter of fact. Yeah, let me grab and see what goes in here, what'll actually fit in here. I'm saying 6. Body armor inserts for SOE. Josh, hey, what holsters were you running all the time? What did you have? I thought you had a sidecar. There's some other company you like too. I thought I had a bunch of mags over here. You ran around Chattanooga today, man. Gunfighter 8 Tier 1. One of those. That doesn't mean they're not awesome. That just means I don't know who you are, and I haven't seen those holsters. Tell me Bear runs them. Tell me James ran them. You might be the baddest CQB ninja in the world. I don't know. CQB ninjas. Ninjas. T-Rex Tier 1, Henry, Eclipse. I was going to say a Camelback is a lifesaver on the micro rig. I'll load the magazine pouches with stuff I need on the property. Yeah, a lot of guys in Iraq and Afghanistan had them leaking. You're sitting on them constantly in vehicles. They got some stuff going on that a normal dude on a normal day doesn't have going on. Two, 4, 6, 7. Now, you're going to run into an issue on the 2-quart because it's ambidextrous and it's cut out. Maybe it's a problem, maybe it's not. Those can fall out of there, right? So that's going to be an issue. So what's the solution with that? Well, the solution would be that you run bungee. I would run it off of this second extra edge right here, this slot, and just run it around the face and pull those in. Will it hold it? Yes, it'll hold mags. Am I recommending it? I'm not. Boxed ammo, belted ammo. We can put, I don't know, maybe we put, no, I'm not even going to open that can of worms. Wednesday morning, right on. What's that job going to be? I've got this thing. You can pick it up Monday, Tuesday, whatever. In my opinion, mill and civilians should have a bladder and hard bottles for water storage. Yeah, guys, it doesn't have to be canteens, right? These 1-quarts are three columns wide. 3 columns wide. The 2-quarts are 4 columns wide. And the Nalgene bottles are 2 columns wide. Do you want stability of the heaviest thing on there being water? Wider. Do you want more available pals for more utility or magazines? Narrower. Multiple T-Rex holsters, like them a lot. Also got to talk to Lucas' older brother at S. Yep, I hung out with him for about an hour and a half. Yeah, I like them. Lay the mags down. You can't lay the mags down. Can we? Yeah, oh, you're right. You're sure as shit right, buddy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good call. Good call, Overwatch. 6. But I want you to count it out in your head as Count Dracula. 1. I can't do it. But yeah, you're right. And then these attachment points, so you can wear a shoulder strap with it, or you could actually attach your suspender and use these as suspender points. You could 2-point this out with 1/2-inch tubular or 550, and then attach your suspenders, or you can key ring this and attach either or both of them to suspenders. AK mag. I don't think AK mags are fitting, Dean. Bring some when you come over. We can try it out. Are you a terrorist? I don't know, but you're a fucking banned. Next, motherfucker. I mean, with your name, you seem like you're a terrorist. Homestead got notification to fill a blue trainer. Can even be just a 16-ounce bottle in your cargo. Absolutely, absolutely. We're talking about products that this company makes, but you were right. You can put it. Fuck, we used to carry around. There was no Camelback. We didn't have any canteens. Not even a Boy Scout canteen. We used to carry water in mason jars. I used to carry gasoline in mason jars when I would ride my dirt bike. Plus, you need a bottle sometimes just for medical purposes. Yep, you should have a squirt bottle too for that. I'll bring a drum also to see. Yep, drum. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, that might fit that. I know we tried it somewhere else and it didn't fit. Did you get my last order number? Yeah, I did. Yep. I asked her to ship that today. I thought it shipped today, as a matter of fact. She might not have got it out. I thought it, or maybe it's processed and right there. I don't know where she's at. Got your rig labeled, but it missed the post. There we go. Ribeye or filet? Amanda will tell you filet. I'm going ribeye every time. It's bigger, heavier cut of meat. I like that fat in there. If it's available, I'm going to get bone-on ribeye, bone-in ribeye, Chicago cut. I like that fat on there. Even when we do tri-tip, man, I would prefer to keep that fat on there and then hack it up in little diamonds and then cook that up because that fat crisps up. It really gives it flavor. I feel like they took a lesser cut of meat and told you that it was more valuable, and that's how they sell filet. I'll eat it if you can't get a ribeye. And how big is the ribeye, right? You go to some restaurants and they got this ribeye. It's a fucking barely an inch thick. I'm not buying that bullshit. That's like ordering a steak at Denny's. I've bought and dumped a 2 liter of soda to fill the gas. Oh yeah, Dean. I bought Arizona iced tea and we poured them out. We did a little short, for the dead homies. But I bought the bottles to move water around just to water the quail because I like the way I can carry them. And when my wrist was fucked up, I could carry that and it wasn't uncomfortable. And those bottles last forever. Tomahawk, yep. Good sear on the fat, yeah. Josh had this Burns-O-Matic kitchen torch, had a catalytic converter, so you could use propane, but it would burn it off before it got to the meat. And man, it would char things up, and it would perfectly toast sandwiches and shit. It's great for searing fish and stuff. What is SRF? That's Self-Reliance Festival. It's an event that we have here on the property. We'll have about 1,000 people here in October. It's homestead, geared towards homesteaders, preppers, just people that want to be more freedom-minded, right? Man, I wish I could not be a paycheck slave, and I wish I could start my own business, and I just don't know. There's a lot of those conversations. The other thing that happens at SRF is people come from all over the United States, and I use California, for example, because it happens every time, California, New York, the extremes. But they come here and meet somebody that literally lives 15 minutes away from them. They're 35 years old. They lived in California their entire life, never knew this person. They met because they went someplace where they had a common interest. There's over a dozen people who have met their spouses. There are people who have gotten married and had children. There's people who have not gotten married and had children. And it happened right here at our events. So all you guys that are like, where do I find a woman? You got to go where there's the type of woman that you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be here, but that's a good start. When is the date? It's October. We already had one this year. October 4th, 5th, and 6th. There are always classes that are additional. You can come in and get med classes, butchering classes, the day before, and those are a low number event. There's usually like 40, 50, 60 people. It's worth it to do that even if you have no interest in the class, because it gains you access here earlier and you get to talk to all the vendors and the instructors and all the presenters when there is not 1,000 people trying to talk to them. We sit around and hang out, and that's really the only time people are like, I want to come hang out with you. I don't hang out. The only time I'm going to hang out is at one of my parties or one of my events. And once there's 1,000 people here or even several hundred, we're going to talk for 5 minutes because I'm doing other stuff. We're recording, we're building content, on stage presenting. So the hangout time is usually that day before. Only reason I go to SRF is I will be there in shorts. You've been wearing a lot of shorts recently. Your white ass little legs. You better start doing leg day, bro. Brandon was in shorts today. I'm not the best public speaker, but I'd like to share how to brain tan pelts. We can get you on there. Reach out to Nicole. They say every animal has enough tannin in its brain to tan its own hide. I have huge legs, just white. I got really lucky. I found my woman at the Milwaukee Highland game. That's awesome. That's awesome. Brandel, you do need to bring your dad to SRF. Bring your dad and bring Yellow Wolf's mom. Does Eclipse have a website? And 2 AZ iced tea jugs fit perfectly in a milk crate. Oh, gotcha. Eclipse does have a website. I would just search Eclipse Holsters. I don't know what their website is. Maybe I can trick him into coming out of the house. Tell him I'm stuck in a cave. Only animals that don't are the large ones. Cattle, moose, and elk. Got it. But deer do, right? I've heard deer many times. Has anybody ever tried to make biodiesel? Yeah, we've had dudes here that make biodiesel. I have not made biodiesel. I think you guys should all save all your fat, all your old motor oil. Like, why would you not? Like, especially if you guys are paying to recycle that shit. Take that shit, store it in an empty IBC tote. You guys can get oil burners, right? I got a buddy has an automotive shop. He heats all through the summer off used motor oil. I mean, all through the winter. If I pop my tire, he may be there in a helicopter. Let you hold 10K. You could make that easy. OnlyFans or the truck stop. What is the requirement to work in this company? You don't have it. Like that's the real answer. I'm always hiring every day the right people. We hire very fast and we get rid of very fast. Like you have to come in and table, right? There's not a whole lot of thought of hands. And I'll come in, the dude that owns the company, I'll show you how to do this shit. And the funny thing is, I'll show guys how to do this and they'll match me very close. They might be 10, 20% off my speed, but they'll get better. But you have to get better. So when I'm standing here and I do something, let's say we do 20 of something in an hour. When I leave, you still have to do 20 of something in an hour. And the next week, you should be doing 25 in an hour. And a couple weeks later, you should be doing 30 in an hour. But when I walk away and you do 10 in an hour, I do not have people next to me. And that's my downfall, because as the owner of the company for 35 years, I work in the company every day. And I just don't tolerate mediocrity. I just don't. I don't have a bad day. When I have a bad day, you don't know it. I don't miss work. My employees have never come to work and the gates were closed and the door was shut and there was a note that said, hey, motherfuckers, we ain't working today, right? They've never come to, on payday, not gotten their check. But they'll sure miss work. They'll miss work, right? You'll never see that from me, and I expect that from you. Being sick is one thing. Missing work over and over, that's something completely different. The crazy shit is they can get here on time to get the check on the day they didn't work, right? So shit like that. Shit like that. I'll always hire the right guy, but you got to be fucking fast. If no matter what the task is, you have to be fast. You have to try to give me more than you're worth. That's what, like, you gotta give me more value than what I'm paying you, and then I'll pay you more. And you might be great. You might be doing the exact same thing every day for a year. Somebody will walk in that door that will do something better than you, and one of you have to go. Even if you've been here a year, when the dude walks in better, because you're capable of doing better. I do better all the time. I expect you to do better all the time. So you probably don't want to work here. Work in a sex trafficking company if possible. Oh, Indonesia, what's up, man? I tell my apprentices all the time, work like someone is watching. Yeah, they work like somebody's not watching. They hide, right? They hide. When you can't find a motherfucker, or it takes you 10 minutes to find a motherfucker, something was going on. They were not doing what you paid them to be doing. Brandles drove in the snow. Yeah, Brandles drove in the rain. Brandle drove in a tornado. Like, there's never a time Brandle didn't get here. Really argued with myself over the boot camp class on your class. See you not soon enough. What kind of apprentice are you hiring and teaching? I don't know why I asked, brother. I don't know what you're talking about. Kermode, what up, man? Question about making money. What problems does everyone have that they would pay someone to solve the problem? A lot of it doesn't even have to be a problem. Automotive detail guys, they're always busy. If they're good, they're always busy. Guys with expensive cars don't have time to take and drop their, especially if you come to their location. If you will come, I have detail guys that would come here and spend 2 days here washing and detailing my cars. They would wash them, spray them outside. They'd use hydrostatic water. They brought their own treated water on tanks. They would dry them. They had blowers and everything to dry them. They would wax them inside the garage here. And they would come in from Nashville and stay in a hotel for 2 and 3 days at a time. They would stay 2 overnights, work 3 days to detail my vehicles. And they worked for all my friends. That's something that doesn't even cost a lot of money to get started with. Tree service guys. I know tree service guys that they're always busy. There's never a time, if they want to work, there's never a time they're not working. If you have a skid steer and an excavator and you want to work, there's never a day you're not working. If I needed more money, I would drive my ass into Jackson, an hour from here, and I would fucking do Grubhub, Uber Eats, I would do Uber, I would do what other apps there are. There's tons of apps, and there's apps that merge all of those apps. If I needed money right now, I'd be driving and fucking picking and pulling, delivering for Walmart. I know what I fucking tip my Walmart drivers. We talk to them. Every time somebody comes up here from Walmart, I'm like, hey, what made you decide to do this? How is the interaction with the customers? What do you actually make? How much is paid in cash? They're not supposed to pay you in cash, but how much do you actually make in cash? What other job have you done in the past? I've got people up here that were like, I was a nurse's assistant, I was a CNA, I was a paralegal, I was a school teacher, and they're all delivering. I have conversations with everybody doing the gig economy because it's something that everybody can fucking do. All you have to do is have a car. And if you don't have a car, you can fucking rent a car and you can still do that shit. And within a couple weeks of the money, you could go buy some car and you'd be in motion. You've been to Indonesia, right on? I know a guy in Michigan who would smoke a joint and polish a Harley. He made a shit ton of money. Dude would spend hours and smoke. Yep, I can imagine. I'm being wrangled for other things. Glenn, go get those other things, boy. I pay $50 a week for a neighborhood kid to mow my yard. Yep. I got friends that do lawn stuff, and they get hundreds and hundreds of dollars at every location they're at. And they have fucking really fast equipment, and they're mowing fucking acres and acres and acres. And then depending on the homeowner, you know, can you do the lay down thing and do the diamond squares and the hatch grid? Medin, North Sumatra, right on. My brother's been looking for a job for 6 months. I told him he is picky. Yeah, he's not looking for a job. Yeah, Tom's holding out for a management position. Tom hasn't had a job in 6 years. Well, he knows what he's worth. He's waiting for a management position. Where has Tom worked? Well, he's never worked anywhere because they won't give him a management position. It doesn't have to be one job. There was a post the other day on the local Facebook group, or one of them around here, said, hey, just a heads up, minimum wage is $7.75 in Tennessee. And people are like, well, people can't work for $7. They can't live for that. You can't even get an apartment. Yeah, motherfucker, you're not supposed to. Those are entry-level jobs for children. You're not supposed to have adults working at fucking Walmart. You're not supposed to have adults working at fast food. You're not supposed to have adults selling earrings at the fucking mall. Those are children fucking jobs. So if you choose to have a child's job, you have to have 3 jobs to live as though you want to when you're an adult. Or you live on somebody's couch, or you stay at your fucking mom's house and you stack up the money. You don't buy a new car. You don't buy fucking things. You don't go out. Everybody can be a millionaire. You just have to be willing to do nothing else other than earn money for 3 years. You have to avoid the instant gratification and have the money when the opportunity presents itself to make more money. And yet when somebody goes wrong, yes, we can tell that Monkey is a child. Yeah, those are called fucking managers. And if you didn't act like a child, we wouldn't need to speak to an adult. Yeah, but I want to support my 7 kids. That's right. Because the retirement plan is to have 7 kids from 7 different people and get child support. That's the retirement plan here. Feign injury long enough to get fucking disability. How do the same people who say you can't live off minimum wage, how do they live off no job? That's a good point. You're the one whining. You're the one that's blocked, dipshit. The crazy shit is there are 130 people in here. 60 to 80 of us right now probably know one another. We own businesses. We've run company. I've run this company for 35 years. You want to make $1 million? How much money do you have to make every day? You don't have a fucking clue. But you could have just asked some people in here, hey, this is what I do. I do ABC. What course should I do? How could I make more money? How could I have more profit? Came in here like a fucking little cunt, and now you've lost access. You literally could have asked people in here things, and they could have changed your life. You could have said, hey, I'm in fucking Miami, and I'm fucking 19 years old, and I'm looking for a job. Guarantee there's somebody in here from Miami that owns a business or any other major city. But you've been removed from here now. $3,000 a day. Yeah, it's actually the real goal. The more realistic is you need $100,000 a month, because you're going to fall, a little bit short of that target. But it's $3,300 a day. $3,330 is typically what the number that comes up. $3,300, and that's not with weekends, right? That includes every day of the year. You don't get weekends off. At $3,300 a day, to make $1 million in a year at $3,300 a day, you work every day. Christmas, every holiday, every day. What is the lowest wage in your company? I pay some people more than I should. It doesn't matter. I'm not looking for people on this video to come work here. I have people working here that have been here 5 years that make more than their parents that work at Carhartt after 20 years. And I have other employees where I literally have a conversation in my head several times. I'm like, I need to lower that fucking person's pay. Not only is working for John good, but the knowledge you can learn. A lot of people, if they would just participate. I say everything I'm telling you guys, I sit down and talk to employees. I told all my employees at the beginning of COVID, hey, a lot of you are going to get this stimulus check. Take half of it and put it in Bitcoin. Not a one of them. You'd have over 50 grand right now, closer to 60 right now, if you'd have put $1,400 during COVID into Bitcoin. I tell all my employees all the time, once a month, hey, go get your Cash App account, put $10 in Cash App, and then next week put $5 in Cash App, and just watch your Bitcoin every couple days, check it, and then move the graph today, this week, this month, this year overall, until you kind of become comfortable with it. You know how many of them have Bitcoin? Fucking none of them. I've even given some of them Bitcoin. And I'm like, hey, show me your Bitcoin account. They don't have it. They don't have it. I came to work for John for free just to see if he wanted me around. You did. You're like, I'm going to be your chef. I'm like, yeah, we'll see that. We'll see. Josh is the best fucking person that I've ever gave a check to, that I've ever earned a check. He always gave way more than I ever paid him. I could never pay him what he was fucking worth. And I wish Josh was still here. If I could take half of my fucking life force and give it to Josh, I would do that. You do? You have Bitcoin? I figured you were going to pop up with that. That's awesome. Good for you. That thought crossed my mind. I was thinking, if I just got this bullshit money for free, I might as well spend it on Bitcoin. You're not spending it on Bitcoin. You're not spending it on Bitcoin. You are converting it into an instrument that would have, if you'd have put $1,400 into Bitcoin, somebody will tell you here in a second what the real number currently today is. You'd have $60,000. Could you use 60 grand today? What would you do today if you had 60 grand right now? Because most people here don't. Ethan, what's up, buddy? My daughter checked into DoorDash, and they require special insurance. Our car insurance company wouldn't write that policy. We would have to get a new company. Okay, don't do DoorDash. Do Uber, do Grubhub. There's 20 of them out there. You don't even have to do that. Get on the local Facebook group and go, hey, I will drive and pick up and do your grocery shopping for you. I have Cash App, I have Venmo, I have PayPal, I take cash. What do you need? I will drive you to a doctor's appointment. I will take your elderly folks to the dialysis clinic, whatever you need. You want me to go pick up cigarettes? I'll go buy your cigarettes. If it's not illegal, I will do it. I have a vehicle. What do you need? You'll be amazed how many people. You don't even have to go through an app. Allstate does ride share. If I had 60 grand, I'd buy me a new welder and a Bridgeport. Well, welders aren't expensive, man. And there's some good welders that work fucking great coming off Amazon that do amazing fucking work. But what would you do with a new welder and a Bridgeport? Where would you put your Bridgeport? On the dirt? Allstate, 60. I miss Josh touching my butt. I miss Josh all the time, man. I tell him that fucking all. Josh is like the only person that I just randomly message out of the blue. Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, randomly message Amanda out of the blue, but like all the time. Work many jobs for free to start, just to get there. It's worked every single time. I used to, when Josh was working here, he started working in the kitchen. I went to talk to Josh just because I wanted to talk to Josh. And I had to walk around for about 15 minutes to find Josh. Because never did I think he would be out in the 110 degree fucking feed house, fucking around and organizing the feed house. Because Josh was a chef, not a cook, not a cafeteria person, a chef. Major fucking restaurants in Las Vegas, like huge, huge restaurants. TV show restaurants. And he was out organizing. And then another time I come looking for him, and the motherfucker's up on the roof looking at the vents for this draw hood right here. Bridgeport would go in trailer and be mobile. Got it. There's Bridgeports all around here sitting out in the rain, man. Manual machines. People are fucking giving them away for scrap. Cafeteria chef, shut up. Frank the Tank, my man, what up? Do you ever take a vacation and be gone? Oh, no, I don't. I don't. You guys don't realize this is my vacation. I went to federal prison. I was in Lompoc. Came home with fucking nothing. I mean nothing. Not a place to live, not a bank account, not even a fucking social security number. No information, as though I did not exist. And you know what I did? I worked 80 hours a week at 3 part-time jobs at pizza restaurants, and I started my own company when I was sleeping on the floor in my old high school bedroom at my fucking mom's house. And I made almost $1 million restarting my business when I rented 2 sewing machines. One of them's right here. This is one of the sewing machines that I fucking brought from San Diego. And I restarted my company and still worked 80 hours a week because I was still in custody of the halfway house. But to go home and be able to sleep at my mom's house, I had to fucking work. That's how I was able to leave the halfway house. So for 6 months, while on 3 years of federal probation, I worked 80 hours and started my company and made $1 million the first year within my company, the first year I was home. I have no fucking tolerance for motherfuckers that I wish I could or I can't or have some excuse. You ain't trying fucking hard enough. Doing belts yet? Not yet, man. By the military machine shops in referring to mobile shop. Right, cafeteria lady with a hairnet on his beard. Used a cheap welder to step up to an okay welder, to step up to a decent welder, to step up to a good welder. Yeah, that's right, man, Glenn. Always. There's plenty of dudes doing jobs with Harbor Freight tools. Have you ever seen the military machine shop that had everything to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have. Allstate does rideshare. Okay, we've read all of these, guys. I haven't met this many beans. Yeah, no shit. Whatever happened to Sebastian? He used to be in the videos. We sent him to the circus. He's an adult. He has a job. And if Sebastian, he's doing well. My experience with people that have worked for me over the years is that you cannot teach work ethic. Nope. And when people have that, they'll go do their thing. They'll go do their thing. When you have a super, super skilled dude and he's working at your job, you always wonder why. Like, I tell people, I'm like, man, why don't you go get a job? Like, with what you can do, you can go make twice as much. Why are you fucking around here? And if you ever say, that's not in my pay rate, or I'm not paid enough for this, or that's not my job description, or I'm not paid to think, any of those things, say it once. Think nobody heard it. Somebody fucking will always hear it, and that will be, the time clock will start ticking. And business owners talk. You'll go get another job someplace, but people fucking talk. Small world now. I have finally learned you can't help people learn work. Yeah, you can't, man. How do you single to 2-point slings work? Okay, it's a 2-point sling, and it unclips from the back, or it unclips from the front, and there's a D-ring at the back. So it basically is like attaching the front and the back point to the back attachment. Yeah, it's not my job. I had a lady once who had built a bunch of hydrocarriers, and we gave it to her, and she was pissing and moaning when she thought I didn't hear her. And she's like, that's not my job description. And like huffing and puffing and just being an asshole. I gave it to her because she's the best for the job. I did not at all give it to her to punish her. She absolutely was the best for the job, especially with contrast thread. Very, very meticulous. Her work was very, very good. And I didn't do it to be an asshole. But I also didn't have to make any more hydrocarriers for 90 days because that's all she fucking made for the next 90 days. I had people cutting hydrocarriers we weren't going to sell for a year. She was either going to quit or that was going to be the end of that. And she fucking was here for many, many more years after that. And I never heard any more grumblings like that. Where did you get the new job, Dean? What are you doing? What's it going to be? That's bullshit. You have a job there is nothing that's not. Yeah, it's whatever needs to be done, man. If you're in a business and you want a promotion or whatever, just fucking do things that the person paying you fucking remove their things, right? There's a comb sitting out here in the parking lot. It's been there for 30 days at least. Fell out of one of the employees' cars. Every one of my employees has walked past it. Nobody's picked that shit up. I've left it there on purpose. Just to see when somebody's going to pick it up. It's been there every fucking morning. That comb is sitting out there in the parking lot. Cigarette butts. I don't smoke here. I have a lot of smokers. Cigarette butts. I leave those just to see, right? Remove things. You start doing things, people will notice it. Somebody will say, hey, who did that? Or they're going to know who did it. They're going to rewind the camera systems to see who did it. Do everything as though you're being watched and don't expect any recognition or praise for it. Somebody will know it. Do shit that's not expected. That's exactly it. I hate that shit. Leave the area cleaner. Yep. It's just like borrowing stuff. Hey, can I borrow your tractor? Can you? Yeah, sure. Go get me a cashier's check for $75,000. And you don't have a gooseneck trailer, so make that 75 for the tractor. 22,000 for the gooseneck trailer, and 60,000 to cover my Dodge with the new transmission in it. Add that up. Write me a cap. I don't have that. Well, then you can't borrow my shit because I also don't have it, and I'm not going to repair it when something goes wrong, and you will be in debt for the rest of your life over this. No, you can't borrow my skid steer. But you can go rent one for a couple $100. Well, I don't have a couple $100. Well, then how the fuck are you going to borrow mine? No, you can't. I resubscribe to your channel probably 2 to 3 times a week, and I noticed you have been stuck in 120. We know, we know, man. Subscribers for a little while. Do you think this will ever end? No. If you talk to people on here who are on here on a regular basis, there are several people on here. When I would end the video, I would send them screenshots of how many people had viewed the videos. And we were typically between a 50,000 was on the low end, 35,000 was very low, 100, 120 was a high number, and we saw as high as 200,000. When I get off these videos now for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, we've got 300, 500 views. What do you think happened? It's not something we did. It's not, we didn't change anything. Yeah, we were at 25,000 for 12 to 13 years. Going into the office for the gym, and there's always piss on the edges of the urinal. I always wipe it off. Yep, I do too. And I'm not even the one pissing on my urinal. I'm not the one leaving mess in my toilet. I wipe that motherfucker off if it gets cleaned. We're about to start having, like, we're just going to assign it. Hey, you clean the toilets this week. You do them next week. You know who's not cleaning the motherfucker toilets? The motherfucker writing your check. Because that motherfucker's been cleaning the toilets for the last fucking 24 months. The only person when they got clean was me. If I need to clean the toilets, I can have a few less fucking people here. I just wiped off the urinal last week. Me too, Brandel. Me too. You know those gray marks in the urinal? That's because I took that fucking steel wool shit and fucking cleaned all those fucking crystalline urine out of there. And then I put it back in the sink and let them do the dishes with it. Not really. I threw it away. But that's why that gray shit's in there, because I reached in there with my fucking hand and cleaned it. People can't even like wipe it off. It makes no sense. If everybody's standing at the urinal, we're talking about people that are here every day, right? Not strangers. It's not like you're in a public urinal. If you just took some toilet paper and wiped it off, you wouldn't ever have to clean that fucking thing. And I don't know, maybe turn the water on for a minute after you piss in it. Had a shit class. We haven't in a while. We have a PowerPoint about when the poop hits water. See how easy. And you hear the girls' bathroom and they just took, 4 feet of toilet paper. You don't need that. Squares, wipe your ass, put it in the toilet. Once there's a little bit of wipes in the toilet, flush the toilet so it doesn't clog the toilet up. When you're done, you're done wiping your ass. When you don't see any fucking poop on the toilet paper, that means your butthole is clean. It's that simple. But people are weird in the bathroom. We've had people work here, not for long, but we've had people work here that got fucking 100% completely naked and barefoot to go to the bathroom. It was fucking the weirdest shit. It's like, it is bizarre. You want to see the weird fucking people and what they do in their lives? Fucking just have a business and have employees. Y'all have working urinals. Yeah. I tell them all the time, I'm like, if you guys can't sort out these fucking toilet things, we'll just lock this door right here and I'll get you some outhouses. I can get outhouses here for $90 a week and they come and pump them. Real men don't have hair. Yeah. I shave everywhere. I have no pubic hair. If there's pubic hair in the urinal, it ain't from me. Good friend of mine owns an engine machine shop. High school millionaire. Favorite saying: "Run a whorehouse by hand." Yeah, that's right, man. That's a good point. How are you going to make that money? Whatever I got to do. But while you owe millions of dollars, or while you're trying to make millions of dollars, you don't go to the movies. You fucking don't go out to eat unless it's cheaper. You don't like you once a week, whatever. Go to a nice meal, right? But you don't fucking know anything about TV series. You don't know anything about entertainment. Everything you do is geared towards money. If you're watching YouTube, it's how to make more money. Watching YouTube, it's how to work fucking social media algorithms. I say this shit all the time. I tell motherfuckers, it goes in one ear and out the other. Buddy in college that would get naked to shit and take a shower. Yeah, I've heard of those guys. It's fucking weird. It is weird. Black Wolf Acres. I know about them. I've met the owner. They're tied in with the haunted house here. We did a private tour. Brandel and I shot a video last year. There's some cool stuff out there. Pretty good dudes. You could go work there as a zombie, and they will shoot at you with paintballs. Very seasonal stuff. Pumpkin patch, hay rides, pretty neat. I still haven't seen where you were going to work, man. I saw you said you were going to work. I'm sure you said it, and I've just missed it. But I didn't see your comment on where you said you got a job. You start on Wednesday. Terror on the Square. That was it. Yeah, you have that shirt, don't you? O'Reilly. Right on, man. Right on. Good for you, dude. Good Mexican food here in Jackson. Man, the best Mexican food I've had in Jackson is in the gas station there. They used to have the Little Red Taco. Over by Casey Jones, there's a British Petroleum gas station. It's in there. Those are real fucking Mexicans from Mexico. The food's good there. Last time I went there, which has been a year or so, they didn't have any shrimp. There's another one being in Jackson. I don't remember what highway or road it is. There's a weird little pond that has like a building in it. Looks like it should be like a drive-in theater or something. It's an insurance company or something. There's a plaza right across there. There's also a big lot right there that sells really big tiny houses, right? I can't remember the brand, but there's a company that makes sheds that builds them up to 56, 60 feet long. They sell those there. But right across the street is a plaza. It's called Del Sun or something Mexican. That place is pretty good too, like real Mexican folks in there. They do good birria tacos and stuff. Barbaric Marketing. Hey, what's up? Trifold wallet. We have a lot of them, Billy Mangan. A lot of them. I dare you to scream loud. Hey, go ahead and suck some cock. Choke on it. El Mezcal near Two Sisters Bakery is the real deal. Where's Two Sisters Bakery? Where's that at? What's the, there used to be a restaurant there called Chandelier across from the Railway Museum, not the Casey Jones one. The one that has like the Amtrak car and a couple other cars. There used to be a hotel there, and then it was like a whorehouse up there in the 1800s. There's a restaurant in there. It's mostly black folks. Very, very loud. Breakfast food and like brunch. Man, the food was incredible. Really good. Like fried lobster on deviled eggs and, you know, a cool menu. The food was good, but it took really, really long time to get the food. I can't remember the name of that place, but that place was good. If they could just make it faster or if they could get their shit together, I would go there very, very frequently. What's Craig's Pizza in Camden? The owner's cool. He has the same problems we do. Anytime I post, hey, we're hiring sewers, he gets in there and comments on my shit and blasts people. And he's like, yep, we got the same issues. But it's Craig's Pizza. It's a pizza place, independently owned. And everybody will tell you, that's not the original Craig's. The original Craig's is in the bowling alley right up in New Johnsonville. And she comments on my shit and tells me she would never work for me. Of course you wouldn't. You only have your business open 2 days a week. You're 60 years old. You're not capable of work. Lazy bitch. Sound like Brian, Family Guy. Again, go suck a cock somewhere else. Choke on it. Fucking go ahead and scroll your ass right the fuck out of here the same way you got here. It's in the same shopping center as Harbor Freight. Oh, no shit. Okay. There's a sushi place in there too. Couple of them, I think. There's a Mexican place there that sells ice cream. Really weird. It's an ice cream place, but they have all the Mexican like treats and shit where they put hot Cheetos and shit on stuff. Is that the place? The new Baofangs have their frizzies locked down to only ham. I was not aware of that. Are you sure that not? Or is it something like where you can just... First 8 years, he had his shop. Only clothes he owned was a pair of jeans, 2 button-down shirts for Sunday morning. Only wore Cintas work. You got it, man. Yeah. Baofang, Baofang. Hey, Dana, what happened? I didn't see your snarky comment. No, they don't have to unlock it. It's a 4 or 5 button sequence. Got it. 357, what up, boy? What's going on, man? I put Friends, The Office, or Big Bang Theory on the TV while I'm working in the middle of the night and need to focus on the task at hand for background. Right on. Right on. We actually answered your comment question on Q&A today, AJ. You can jailbreak the Baofeng. Good info, man. There we go. Got my flat pack. Really like it. Did you get the 4, 5, or 6? They're great, man. I like them too. Great for battery management, carrying anything small, man. All my drone props and shit. Josh, when you change your blades out, do you throw the old screws away and use the new ones? I just use the old ones. I guess we'll find out if they fly off tomorrow. 20 minutes from home. Right on, man. Baofeng V17R cannot be jailbroke. Got it. We'll get one that can. First time in Tennessee. Well, welcome, man. Stand-up pouch. I like those too, man. If you were going to carry a bunch of bullets or shells, I put nuts and bolts and fasteners in them. And the half stand-up pouch is great too, because you can take a bunch of these, fill them up, put a couple of them in your bag, and you know the footprint's really big and the top's not, so put a couple others in between them upside down and they fill the gap. New screws are recommended. I have reused them. Got it. We were flying around yesterday. Yesterday, Brandel? It was yesterday. We were flying the drone yesterday, 30-minute flight up in the air, and 2 of the props were sheared off right about here. And then most of them were missing at least a quarter of the tip. That bird flew fine. It's a little glitchy when you move it quickly. It's loud. Bro hacks my algorithm every day. I don't know who, me? Why do you think that is? What kind of videos are you liking and watching that have anything to do with what I do? I think I asked you earlier, I don't know if you saw it, but how is Mookie? Mookie's good, man. There is no Mookie. His name is Ben Thomas. Mookie was a character that Ben Thomas portrayed and played for a while. He's raising his son. He is living a great life. He was actually on one of the lives a couple weeks ago here. Buy a UV5R and be done with it. Yep. Gold Leader. What's up? Is that a Star? That's from Star Wars, right? I would gravitate to another radio. Yeah. What is the radio he's talking about? UV17R. Is that the one that looks like the military radio or something? Supposed to be the clone of the 152? Or supposed to have, kind of appear like a 152? Bomber pilot. Got it. Got it. Gold Leader bomber pilot. Were you a bomber pilot? Splatter print H harnesses for my wife. You're successful. Love to buy the things that you love or want when you're going to build a beautiful building to put them in. I'm not sure what the question is there, Ben. I don't know what exactly you're asking me. What bag was that sitting on the pile? Shit, I don't know. On the pile. Right here. 4-mag war bag. 4-mag war bag holds 24 mags. Coming to you from an undisclosed location. Small tool bag. Use that every day. Large tool bag. Use that every day. Vehicle med bag. That goes with us all the time. Looks more like a fake Anytone radio. Got it. Correct, man. I met him at the Halloween. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. How would you describe the Halloween parties for anybody who's not seen one of them? Jeff wanted to do a Halloween party. It's too close to SRF, though. Y'all remember Trash Can Man from the stand? Very vaguely, man. I was actually organizing antiques or something. Crusty old Alice pack on the floor. Yep. Yep. Have it on VHS. Very cool. Started carrying the covert bag, and now I think I need another for the wife. That's a great bag, man. I like it, especially if I'm out in public with people. I like that covert bag. It's just not as big as the day pack. I like the day pack, depending on what I'm doing. But when I'm in crowds of people and I want to have a pack on, I like that covert. The mini pack, I like the mini pack, but you're not going to put anything more in it than what I already have. And you can put just some larger things in that covert than you can the mini pack. Signed up for the first long range class, Eddie Gallagher. Right on. Check out Kaylin Wojcik also. Scully was just at a class in Washington with Kaylin. I don't think he even tells you. Kalen was a Scout Sniper School instructor. He was the head RNS instructor at SOTG. He was one of Scully's guys. But Eddie Gallagher's cool. Those old fat tube TVs are selling for between 50 and 150 for old school gamers and tournaments. Cool. Guys, I'm going to get off here in a minute. Last comments, questions. We'll go for a few minutes. I thought about doing a long-range class, but I don't really have long distance to shoot. Got it. You were going to give a class or take a class? The padding is a perfect touch to keep it shape. Yeah, that's what, and a lot of stuff we put fat foam in, it is for structure. That's exactly what it's there for. Watching this while pooping. Well, you will never comment here again, fucking idiot. I hope you choke on that shit. I can't describe it. It was fantastic. I was a little overwhelmed at first, but everyone was so nice. Oh, the party. The party. Camp. We don't make anything called a regular camp. We are also the most expensive company. If you find a company making something similar to mine and their price is higher, let me know. I'll raise my price. But you can get one of these Woodland Day Packs right here, and I think they're $350. Somebody on here has, well, there's probably 50, 60 dudes on here that have them. $350, I think that's what those are. It's a lot bigger than it looks right there. Where can you find the long range class? I would, I can't remember the name of the company. It'll be in our podcast coming out this week, probably, if you're a member. We have a membership. It's $10. You get a lot of content, and we interact directly with you guys on the questions and videos. $10 to join. Comes out free maybe 6 months later, so you can kind of check some of the old ones and see if you think there's value there for you. But we talked about it in there. I don't remember the name of the class, the name of his company. Kalen Wojcik. He was a precision guy, sniper guy for Magpul for a few years when he got out of the Marine Corps. I have the stupid name. I don't know what you're talking about. Any memorabilia? I have tons of memorabilia. What are you calling memorabilia? Laugh out loud, $10 a haha. Josh, I don't know what you're talking about, man. How much for, oh, you're the turd asking about the backpack. Let me go ahead and ban you here so you can't ever be seen here. You're gone. Have any memorabilia? Okay, I have stupid planet name. It's a grower, not a shower. 350, there we go. Josh Mitchell, you might be the coolest motherfucker here, but it doesn't matter what you said. It only matters what I heard. So you're no longer part of this. The beauty is he still hears it. Tony from Chicago, what up? All right, guys. Hey, weekend coming up. Got a lot of shit to do. We're gonna get a lot of stuff done. We'll be filming, building some content and such. You'll see it in a couple weeks. SS memorabilia. I don't. I'm not opposed to you having it. I think all the Nazi shit is very attractive. The Hugo Boss, the uniforms. I had an opportunity to buy a parade flag. It was giant. I did not know where or how I would display it. I didn't buy it. I was back at the store that had it, and they had sold it. Makes me rather sad. I think it's absolutely insane when people are like, you can't have that stuff. That's fine. U.S. soldiers died, and some of that stuff was brought back as war trophies from those wars. When you remove any remembrance of that stuff and the things that they did and were attached to that, no matter what you believe, you are bound to repeat that again, right? So you want to have any of that stuff through history, whether, like the lawn jockeys, when you see lawn jockeys now, they're always painted white. None of those lawn jockeys were white. Somebody fucking with white guilt painted those motherfuckers so that it was socially acceptable to have them. You want any of that fucking memorabilia through history? I think you should have it and display it proudly if that's what you want to do, whether I agree with it or not. Florida Everglades, what up? Planning next road trip with a stop in Camden. Right on. Love the content. Thank you, man. You guys have a safe weekend. See you guys later.